Sorry, I'm eating dinner. I don't really eat that much on camera, to be honest. I think I have like one eating video, and that's of me eating ice cream, but not like food. But I wanted to go ahead and tell you a story about my childhood. Well, some of my childhood throughout my teen years, just because I'm out of boredom. And I know I have another video coming out soon of like my Stuffies collection. And then I have 2 more videos coming out. So, there's that. Unlike some people that mukbang, I have table manners. I'm sorry, but I've seen some videos of people that will chew and not even cover their mouth when they eat. But I was really hungry for dinner. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll back to where I was about 7. And this is going to go somewhere because tomorrow I'm going to upload my stuffies. And it will kind of be like part 2. This is kind of part 1 of how I started going to Little Space, I presume. But when I was about 7 years old, my mom asked if I wanted to meet a friend of hers, which was my biological father, but I didn't know that until like a day after I met him. When she told me. And being a kid, I didn't understand, so I didn't really care until I got older. So we meet him. And after a while, it was good, it was decent, Then the next day she explained to me that, and I'm not going to go too into details just because of private reasons. Just protection reasons because he was an alcoholic. And, again, me being a kid, I didn't care, I didn't understand. She probably should have waited till I was a bit older, to be honest. But as a parent, when you introduce them to their biological parent, they want to tell you as soon as possible because they feel bad for keeping it from you. So we'll just move on to about a few months later, or maybe a year later is when I turned about 8. And that's when shit started to get real for me and my family again. Well, I witnessed him drunk for the first time as a kid. And let me tell you, that scared the shit out of me. Like it would any kid, rightfully so. Again, probably not going to go into full details. Needless to say, he was throwing shit, breaking crap, yelling and cursing throughout the house, getting to people's faces. I mean, he's really dangerous when he's drunk. So, of course, I'm scared shitless, and I want him to leave. Well, I'm stuck with him for a few more years. And so on and so forth, about maybe after a few months, maybe once or twice a month, he would get drunk, and when he would, it's not a pretty sight. So I really grew to despise my father and hate him because if he couldn't drop the alcohol for his kid, then what the fuck is he doing here, right? And we tried everything to get him to leave. He wouldn't leave. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. So, he got drunk when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And when I was 12, that was the very last time he got drunk because his ass was out. He got arrested. So, of course, I was about maybe 11. We'll just get through a little bit of time because all the other times where he was drunk, he was just yelling and cursing and breaking shit and Well, when I was about 11 or 12, that's when he started to get more violent. by what I witnessed. He actually punched our roommate in the face when I was about 11, and it freaked me out so bad I was literally about to call the cops because I wasn't having that. So, moving on to when my grandpa had cancer. He had skin cancer, which is the worst. And I was starting to get really upset, and then by the time I was 12, that's when he died. So I was really upset about it. Increasingly upset about it, actually. Then after about a few months later of his death, I think maybe like a couple months later, my dad went to the bowling ball with our roommate, and such, and told him that he was going to go to the bar to play pool. I don't know why I put bar in quotation marks. Go to the bar to play pool. That's better. He obviously lied and he got drunk as a skunk. And then when he came home, I was watching TV and he got home around like maybe 10:30, almost 11 o'clock at night. Long story short, he came in my room, told me to go to bed, and I wasn't paying attention to the time. I didn't know it was that late until I looked at my phone. And I didn't know, and then out of nowhere, he just gets like ballistically pissed off and just yelling and cursing at me, and I screamed at the very top of my lungs for someone to come into the house and heave my ass because I wasn't going to stand there any longer. Now, mind you, I'm that type of person that if I'm in the house at night, going to bed, or watching TV, I don't really wear pants because it's comfortable. I didn't run outside because I had no pants. I just had like a long t-shirt and that's it. Well, he slapped the shit out of me for no reason. And that's when I like hauled ass out the door. No pants, just a t-shirt, that's it. I was obviously wearing underwear, but like still, I had nothing else on besides that and a t-shirt. And I was screaming and yelling for help. Then there was a whole bunch of mass chaos in the yard. He punched our roommate again, and then he came to the house and started waving a knife in people's faces and shit, saying he wanted to KYS himself. And then he got arrested. Then comes my birthday at 13. Is when I started developing severe depression and self-harm because all of that crumbled on top of me losing my grandpa, which we were very close. He was very close with all the family members that we have. So that really broke me. My dad fucked me up. So that was nice. I had to go through therapy forcefully because my birth giver was tired of seeing cut marks all over my arms and my legs. I had no shame. I didn't cover them. So I go to therapy. I get all that done. You know, talking, and I'm not much for a talker at therapy sessions, so I barely said much. And on top of that, I had to deal with drama between me and my best friend because other toxic fake ass people wanted to start shit and put the cherry on top on the both of us. That was fun. I know it's kind of like a short story, but proceeding on to when I was 14 is when it got really worse. It got really bad when I was about 14. I don't know why. And then we'll cut through to 2018. I was 15 years old. I think I was about 16, 15 years old. Yet again, me and my best friend had to deal with people's bullshit. And I wasn't having it, and I was already depressed and having a bad day. And then I get told that my dad had proceeded to take his own life. A red car hit him by accident, but he purposely walked in front of it to hit him. Well, that fucked me up more. I hated what he did, but I still loved my father. So I had to deal with depression, drama that I didn't want to be involved in. And then now I had to deal with my father's death because I told him that I hated him and I wanted nothing to do with him because I told him that he psychologically fucked me up. So that was fun. His sister had told us. My mom was the one that had to come in my room and let me know. That was nice to hear. Now, of course, it was in a sincere way. Thankfully. But, he died from that. And that destroyed me. And by that time, I was already in little space, so I was in little space more often for months on end just to try to help cope with his death. And I even blamed myself for what he did. Because I felt bad. Because, like, my very last words to him, they were not nice. On the contrary, he did stalk us before he died. So, but I'll post a part 2 whenever I'm done eating and when my dog decides it's a good idea to settle down. But I'll post a part 2 for you guys, along with the Stuffies haul. Bye, guys.